So many storylines heading into St. Louis, but there can only be one lead story, and it's Cooper Webb. How does he do that? Cooper Webb is the dirtiest dog in the pen, and from his terrible heat race to bounce-back main event victory to his podium interview...
Yeah, man, arm's about as hard as morning wood right now.
It's pretty hard not to respect the guy. He's a pure winner, straight up, and we needed that. So let's get the own over with right away. Yes, open mouth, insert foot, my own words shoved straight down my throat in Seattle. Nobody on the entry list in Seattle has it. Sorry, truth hurts. Thanks, Jet. Bad start, impatient ride and crash, then settle for third. I mean, you could have waited a week. Come on, Big Perm. But yes, I own it. I'm an idiot. I say things, whatever. If you count out Cooper Webb, he pulls off one of these and laughs in your face. But what is the it that he does? What skill set is it, or what mindset is it, where you can be kicked in the teeth in your heat race, then bounce back and win the main like nothing? It's not taught. It's not worked on. It's wiring. Call it extreme stubbornness. Call it defiance. Call it whatever you want. But normal people wouldn't feel too great on the line of the main if they were 2 to 3 seconds off of Eli, Jet, and Chase in the heat race. Over 3 seconds per lap slower than Eli, who's parked right next to you in the truck. How was that debrief? I mean, Jet and the Cowboy left him in Heat 2, put on an incredible show, by the way, while Coop was clocking lap times closer to Benny Bloss's than to Hunter Lawrence's, the brother of the Lawrence you're working so damn hard to beat. To any normal person, confidence shot, this night would already be over. But Cooper Webb is not a normal person, and he has proven that now so many times. He gets mad and wills himself to beat people who are faster than him, more technical than him, can do the whoops better than him. Why? Because he's a winner, and a winner brain smokes all those physical traits I just mentioned. Sometimes. If the track or race situation takes away those variables and instead puts the pressure purely on the mind, they're hosed. Coop's mind is stronger than anyone's, including Jet's, who face-planted in the sand instead of passing him 10 seconds later in either rhythm section. Or Chase's, who was faster than Coop, but stalled the bike twice while leading races on Saturday night. The track falls apart, lappers everywhere, ruts from left to right, and when the race turns into a cage match, there's Coop. I'm guessing he was super grumpy pants for 90 minutes at the truck, back to the line, gate drops, checkers fly, and he wins. Nobody else has that. Write it on the chalkboard 100 times. I will not doubt Cooper Webb. I will not doubt Cooper Webb. I will not doubt Cooper Webb. And neither should Jet. 16 points, buddy. Don't play with your food. Levi Kitchen is on full breakout mode, and wow, could you see this one coming. He's won 2 of the last 3 rounds, can't miss on his starts, and is breaking free of the pack in pure speed. At the age of 23, but with only 17 Supercross races to his name. Whoa, that's some funky math. For context, Jet raced his first Supercross at 16, Deegan, Juju, Dax Bennick, Chance Hymas, all at 17. Levi Kitchen? 21. What? Why does Levi come across like a vet, even though he's done less than 2 years worth of 250 Supercross racing? Because there's an alternate path to making it, folks, and it's been done before. Justin Cooper. Back to the Racer X Loretta Vault for a second week. Levi Kitchen, you will see, has a very unique amateur timeline, and some of you amateur parents should take notice. Levi poked around with the front group on mini bikes, grabbing some top 10s in a class that had Garrett Marchbanks, Carson Mumford, Jalik Swoll, and Styles Robertson in it. He'd sneak in a good moto from time to time, but was never a real threat in the class. So at 16, which is way later than most, he moves up to the 125s and finishes second at Loretta Lynn's to tie Masterpole. And it looks like we may have something here. But for a reason I don't know and would love to know someday, Levi stayed back another year on a 125 as a 17-year-old instead of joining his classmates on 250s. Childhood rivals were excelling. Styles Robertson was winning the B class. Carson Mumford and Jalik Swoll were racing the A class already and winning it, while Garrett Marchbanks was already pro and on his way to winning the Daytona Supercross a year later. No, Levi stayed back on 125s for some reason and had worse results. How do you think that felt? Watching kids you've raced your whole life move up, get rides, be pros under the lights, and you aren't? Tough pill to swallow, but it was the best thing that could have ever happened to him. The truth is, he wasn't ready. He didn't have the program, the body, the maturity, or the confidence to move up with his class. He would have been swallowed up, driving around a few years later with his pro card hanging from his rearview mirror, looking for chicks at the local mall. It happens. I bet it stung at the time, but truth is, every kid's timeline is different. The 16, 17-year-old path does exist and has a history of producing stars and duds. But for riders like Levi Kitchen or Justin Cooper, who weren't ready to break out as an early teen, they needed a little more time to grow physically, mentally, and emotionally, and it worked. Levi moved up to the 250s when he was ready and started winning and really never stopped. He shows up in the B Limited class at Loretta's at 19 years old, way older than the other kids on the gate, not in the mod class against future teammates Matt LeBlanc, Nate Thrasher, and Nick Romano. A dodging the comp move, some might say. A smart move. Ride the stock class, equal bikes, a chance to dominate and go 6 for 6, which he did. Put down insane lap times in front of the whole star team, moto after moto, and give everyone a glimpse of what could become if he was only given the bike and program. Ta-da! Nice bait. Taken. Brilliant move, but heavy gamble. If he loses that week at Loretta's, he's a sandbagger, not worth a second look. But he went 6 for 6. A month after Loretta's, I watched him race his first pro race at the Top Gun team shootout at Washougal. Knuckle bumped him, watched every moto that weekend, and knew then and there that this kid was different and he was special. He waxes everyone in the A-class at Minios, gets a star Yamaha ride, races his first Supercross at 21, wins a couple outdoor motos and a Triple Crown, leaves the danger zone for PC, wins A2, dominates Seattle, and here we are. Rad story. No knock on Marchbanks and Mumford, who were both top 5 in Seattle and are writing their own stories right now. But it's the top 10 kid in the class who laid back, played the calendar to his timeline, and has now taken control of the 250 West Coast Supercross Championship all these years later. The lesson? Play chess, not checkers. Every kid is different. Have fun, be competitive, but don't drain the tank. At 15 years old, the career starts, and now every decision you make will have an effect on the outcome. Every decision. Know your rider, know your kid, and give him a real chance to make it by following his development, not the superstar calendar. Levi wasn't ready at 16 or 17 or 18. He got there late, and nobody cared how old he was when he popped. They cared that he popped, and when he did, they were on him. Play the board. Checkmate. It's time for a privateer shout out. I'm giving one to Lux Turner. Welcome back, Lux Turner. This kid's story is pretty cool. He raced Futures last year. Didn't really shine too much, not like a flashing red light, but had some glimpses. Nothing too crazy. Then this fall, you start hearing that, man, this kid's pretty good. Like, he's actually really good at Supercross. Then he turns pro at Anaheim 1, makes the main, which is pretty sick, but then gets hurt. And I'm thinking, man, he's going to miss his whole rookie year. This kid's showing some glimpses, but now he's going to lose time. Well, no, he was back at Seattle, made it to the main event, rode awesome, and is back. So I want to give a shout out to Lux Turner. Sometimes a privateer just needs to get shouted out so y'all know who he is. And I'm telling you right now, remember that name. Watch him over the next couple of years. He's going to be very good at this. That's very easy to see now. Missed it a year ago. Not missing it now. Lux Turner, keep an eye out. We'll see you next week. Thank you so much for watching the show. If you liked it, press the like button. And if you want to subscribe, then press the subscribe button. Share it with your friends, with your family, and grandma. Make sure you send it to grandma. Grandmas love everything Main Event Moto does. All you Motoheads out there, we are still rocking and rolling at Main Event Moto. You can go to patreon.com/Main Event Moto. We do 2 shows a week now, and both of them are live streamed. Patreon.com/Main Event Moto, and we will catch you on the next show.